DPS breakdowns. In this video, we're going to go super in depth with the ankle pick takedown. The way I'd like to do this is to talk about the ankle pick as a 4-step move. So our first step is going to be the tie up. The second step is going to be the changing of levels. Third step is picking or securing the ankle. And the fourth step will be finishing the takedown. So let's start with the tie up. And let's define a tie up and let's keep it super broad. So it's going to be the way you use your hands to control your opponent from a standing neutral position. Some of the core concepts here. First is the type of tie up. For most of the clips that we're going to see, it's going to be off of a collar tie, but it can also be used off an elbow tie, underhook, or front headlock. We're going to talk about the distinction between the tie up hand and the picking hand, and then the importance of maintaining our tie up, which again is going to usually be a collar tie, until the ankle control is obtained. So let's begin. We're going to start with a clip here, Kyle Dake in the red singlet. There's a collar tie. He's got his left hand on the back of the neck, left forearm flush with the collar. This is what we call a collar tie. You can also see he's on the inside position. So you saw there's a level change. Important to note, the collar tie is still intact. He's also reached with his right arm to control the ankle. So again, that distinction, you have a collar tie arm and that remains as a collar tie throughout the move, and then your other hand's gonna be grabbing the ankle. And you can see how these 2 points of control allow for the finish. So let's run through again. We've got the collar tie, the level change while maintaining the collar tie, and then the grabbing of the ankle for the finish. Next up, we've got Kyle Snyder in the blue singlet. Again, you can see a collar tie, left arm. There's the level change, maintains the collar tie, and he's now secured the ankle with his other hand, the right hand. He's going to use these points of control to finish it. Here it is again. Up next, we've got our old friend, David Taylor. And you can see right there, collar tie with the left arm, secures the ankle with the right arm. And he's actually going to transition to a double leg to finish the takedown. So we'll run through that one more time. Collar tie with the left, level change, grabs the ankle with the right, and then he switches to a double leg to finish. For the next 3 clips, we're going to be looking at an alternative form of tie-up, and this is going to be the elbow tie. So in the red singlet here, we've got Elbrus Tadiv, I think that's how you say his last name, multiple-time world champion out of Ukraine in the late 90s, early 2000s. And you can see his right hand it's not actually the elbow, it's actually more on the tricep. When we say elbow tie, we really mean a tricep tie. And there's a level change, ankle secured, and a finish on a low single. So watch that one more time. So elbow, ankle, finish. And let's see another one. This is Tadiv again. And again, you can see the elbow tie with the right arm, and he's opened up the elbow as he changes his level. Similar to the collar tie though, we're maintaining that tie up hand, and then the other hand's the one that's going to be grabbing the ankle. Similar finish as well. Next, we've got Jordan Oliver, 2-time NCAA champ in the orange singlet. Similar to the last clip, elbow tie with one hand and the right hand in this situation, then the left hand is reaching for the ankle. So again, we've got a tie hand, we've got an ankle picking hand. And he's going to come up on a single leg here, drags him back in bounds, and then he'll finish it. Another tie-up option is going to be the underhook. Underhook with the left arm, right arm reaches for the ankle. And then lastly, we've got the front headlock position. So the right hand here is going to be on the front headlock. The other hand reaches through, grabs the ankle. We are ready for step 2. This is going to be the changing of levels. To me, this is the most nuanced step, that there's a lot to it. So we're going to spend a decent amount of time here. Big concepts. Staggered stance. So let's talk about that for a second. So you've got, think of a square stance where your feet are even, and a staggered stance is where you're going to have one leg is leading and the other leg is behind it. So that's what we're going to be looking for on this takedown. You're going to have a lead leg and what I call the power leg, the back leg. And so the lead leg is the opposite side of the collar tie arm. So the example I use, if you have a right arm collar tie, you would have a left leg lead. Another way to think about it, if you have a right hand collar tie, your right leg is your back leg / power leg. We're going to drop to the lead knee. So whichever leg's in front, you're going to drop to that knee. And it's important here, we're not shooting. So you're not traveling distance, you're dropping straight down. And we're going to do that while maintaining our tie-up. So again, that tie-up could be a collar tie, it could be an elbow tie, could be an underhook, could be a front headlock. The distance is going to be based on your range. So the longer your arms are, the further out you can drop. If you're a little bit, if you're not as rangy, you're going to have to be a little bit closer. And then the last thing to discuss here is the angle, which is important. So your lead knee, that knee that you're dropping to, needs to point towards your target ankle. So you can pick either ankle. It's usually the ankle that your opponent has in front, but you need to point that lead knee towards that ankle as you reach for it. So let's illustrate these concepts. We'll start with some clips from David Taylor, who I really like watching, especially to really illustrate this staggered stance idea. So you see right now, feet are not quite square, but relatively square. And watch this movement he's going to make to get in the staggered stance position just prior to going for the ankle pick. So now you can see more of a staggered stance. He's got that lead leg, which is about to drop to the knee. He's got the power leg behind it. Let's see that one more time. So it's a little skip into the position. And he grabs the ankle. So you can see right leg is his lead knee, it drops to the knee. And then you've got the power leg, which is his left leg. Important that he has the collar tie, although he's losing the collar tie, but he has it with his left hand, and he's going to drop to that right knee, which is the lead knee. You're always going to reach for the ankle with the same side of the lead knee. So right leg's lead knee, right hand reaches. So again, watch this footwork. Gets into the staggered stance, drops the lead knee, grabs the ankle, finishes the takedown. Here's another clip of David. So look at his footwork right now. He's got the left leg in front, the right foot back. He's got a pretty loose collar tie, but a collar tie nonetheless with the left arm. So if he wants to go for an ankle pick here, he's going to need to switch his footwork, because again, you want to have the lead leg, it's opposite of the collar tie arm. So collar tie left arm, you're going to want the right leg lead. So watch how he does this. There it is. Now he's got that staggered stance, the right leg is in front, he's dropping to the knee, left leg's a power leg. Let's see that again. So it's a little shuffle with the feet. He grabs the ankle, and he's ready to finish the takedown. Let's see it again. One more thing to point out, think about the angle. That lead knee wants to point towards the target ankle. So he's going for his opponent's right leg, his opponent's lead leg. His knee that drops, his lead knee, is going to point towards that ankle. One more clip of David here. So look at the feet. A little bit staggered, but not quite what we want to go for the takedown. So watch this little skip that he'll do. And notice that skip also puts his knee at the correct angle for the foot. So that's another important thing, that that little skip motion that David does puts him in position. He's got the staggered stance, drops that lead knee, he's got his power leg behind. Grabs the ankle, and he finishes. Let's go back to a clip we saw earlier with Kyle Snyder. This time we're going to focus on the footwork. So check out the stance, square stance, feet are even. See that little step? So you saw David do something similar. That little step is gonna put him in position. So when he drops that lead knee, it's gonna be his right knee. He's gonna be at a good angle to get the ankle. And right there, you saw he uses the left leg to step it backwards to put it into that power position. So he's got the staggered stance, drop into the right knee, and you can see the right knee is pointed towards the target ankle, which he's gonna grab with his right hand. Because again, you're gonna grab with the same side that you have the lead knee. So lead knee's right knee, grabs with the right arm. All while maintaining that collar tie. Let's go back to that same Jordan Oliver clip from earlier. See the feet relatively square. And for Jordan Oliver, he drops that right leg back. So it's a little bit of a different style than, say, David Taylor, where he did that little skipping motion. So there's more than one way to enter into that staggered position. Same result, though. You've got a lead knee, which is the left. You've got the power leg, which is the right. And he's grabbing for the ankle with the left arm while maintaining that elbow tie in this situation. Here we've got Kerry Colott in the red singlet. I like including this one because there's a common misconception that ankle picks are only for long people, people that are tall with long arms. Kerry Colott is not tall with long arms, and he does it very successfully. So it's all about that distance management. If you're a little bit shorter, you just have to know your range and get a little bit closer before you level change. So check out the stance. We've got a right leg lead, left leg back. He's got a collar tie with the right arm. So if he wants to go for the ankle pick here, he's going to need to switch his legs, which is exactly what he's going to do. See the right leg, which was formerly in the front, now comes behind, and he's dropped to that left knee. One more time on that footwork. Grabs the ankle, sweeps it out, maintains a heavy collar tie for the finish. So the last clip for this second step, we'll go back to Elbrus Tadiv. I like this particular clip, because he's going to start in a staggered stance, so it's not a lot of movement. He's basically just going to drop that right leg back, so take a look. So the right leg, the power leg, just falls back, drops to his lead knee, while maintaining his elbow tie, and reaches for the ankle. So one more time. It's just a matter of dropping that back leg back even further. So that's going to be it for now. I'm going to break this series off into at least 2 different videos. And the next video will cover steps 3, which is picking the ankle, and then step 4, finishing the takedown. Let me know what you guys think of this format. I think the voice allows me to convey information in a lot more dense format than it would be with text. So let me know, give me some feedback, and I'll see you guys next time.